Welcome. I am about to show you the single best way to absolutely ensure that this is the year you create way more inspiration in your own life and the lives of others, as much income as you desire to support yourself and your family, your friends, and your chosen lifestyle, and the kind of impact that will bring about massive positive change around the world for people from all walks of life. Welcome to the Launch Your Successful Workshop 5-Day Challenge. My name is Callan Rush. I'm the co-founder of Lucrative Luminary Training and author of the best-selling book, Wealth Through Workshops. And I know firsthand the best way to maximize your income, impact, and inspiration in the world is to lead group workshops, retreats, seminars, and programs. I've helped thousands of people around the world, and I've made millions of dollars leading live and virtual events, all while having an absolute blast doing what I love. So in the next 5 days, I will do everything I can to help you take major steps towards making your first successful workshop a reality. And it doesn't matter if you've never led a workshop or a group program before. It doesn't matter what your topic area is. And it actually doesn't even matter if you're not even 100% sure what your first workshop would be about. In this 5-day challenge, I will walk you through some seriously effective micro actions that will catapult you forward and will make your first successful workshop happen. So I think you're going to agree with me when I say that we live in challenging times, economically, politically, socially, environmentally, and personally. Change and uncertainty is rampant, and people are scared. But here's something that I know for sure. When fear and uncertainty hit, there's one thing human beings always do and have always done to feel better, safer, and more secure. We gather. So more than ever before, people everywhere are gathering again. They want connection, they want community, and they're looking for ways to create it. And this is why online platforms like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram, Snapchat, Meetup are growing so successfully. And it's also why, despite dips in the economy, businesses that use group gatherings continue to flourish. More than ever, people everywhere want to connect. They want to reach out and touch someone. So in response to this powerful social and economic trend, I say, why not leverage this by offering a place for your potential clients to gather? Why not take what you're doing one-on-one and communicate it one to many? This 5-day challenge officially begins tomorrow, and here's how it's going to work. First, you want to make sure that you're part of our Wealth Through Workshops Facebook group. Second, you'll need to watch each of these videos that I put out over the 5 days. They'll not only give you the micro action you need to take that day, but they'll also offer you the psychology behind why that action is important and effective. I like to offer the why, or the psychology behind everything I recommend, so you feel personally empowered. I don't want you to blindly follow what I suggest. I want you to truly comprehend it as well. So over the 5 days, we'll be rewarding you for your participation in the challenge with pats on the back, personal acknowledgements, and prizes. So be sure to follow the challenge closely. Now, before we get started, I also want to provide you with a tiny little bit more context. Basically, I want to share what these magical things called workshops actually are, because they're probably not what you think. And I also want to share why they're the #1 best way to double or even triple your cash flow and your client base overnight. And I want to show you how to use workshops, seminars, live and virtual events as a business building tool, no matter what your product, program, or service is. So let's start by defining what I call wealth through workshops. What does that actually mean? Well, to me, wealth is threefold. It means being deeply inspired by what you do. It means earning an income that allows you to do what you want, when you want, and with whom. But that's not where it stops for me. Wealth also refers to the feeling I get when I know I'm making a big impact in the lives of many people. So income, impact, and inspiration. When all three of those elements are in place, I feel truly wealthy. Now, just so we're also on the same page about workshops, what do I mean when I'm talking about workshops? You might want to write this down. Here's my definition. A workshop is any live or virtual event that gathers people together for the purposes of connection, education, inspiration, and commerce. And workshops can be used as a primary revenue source like I do in my business, or they can be used solely in a promotional capacity. And there's lots of different types of workshops. They can be live or they can be virtual. I have a particular love for live workshops because I've seen how transformational they can be for people. Workshops can also be small or large. They can be hosted in a hotel or a community center, a retreat space, or even in your own living room. Workshops can also be virtual. Teleclass and webinar workshops can be quite effective. Live streams and even challenges also qualify as a type of workshop. There are just so many ways to gather people for the purposes of education and inspiration. And they will all grow your income, your impact, and your inspiration in huge ways. But don't just take my word for it. Let's explore a little deeper why workshops are the best way to boost your success, especially right now. There's actually many reasons why workshops are great, but I'm going to zero in on the top 3. Reason number 1, there's safety in numbers. So as I said earlier, we live in uncertain times. And when times are uncertain, human beings find safety in numbers. Humans grow and feel safe when they're in connection with one another. We are social animals, and we have, as I like to say, the urge to merge. So that's why, while other businesses tank during hard economic times, workshop and live event businesses thrive. We launched our business 9 years ago during a major recession, and despite that, we grew by 50% our first 3 years. Then we began to double in revenue. Why? Well, again, especially when times are tough, community becomes more and more important to more and more people. People want to connect in virtual and live capacities. So create a place for your clients and your potential clients to gather. Allow them to learn, to solve problems, to be inspired in a group setting. And when you do, they will bond with one another. And when they bond with one another in your presence, they also bond with you and your business. Please write this down. When they bond, they buy. So that's the first reason why now is the time to launch your first successful workshop. The second reason to lead live and virtual workshops is women rule the world. Sorry guys. But there are approximately 150 million women in Canada and the US alone. And women have close to $5 trillion worth of buying power. Women also make over 80% of consumer decisions right now. So what does this mean for you? It means that unless you have a specific strategy in place to sell and market specifically to women, growing your business in this economy will be more of a struggle than it needs to be. But here's the good news. Leading workshops and seminars, live and virtual events is the best way to reach women. Why? Because women who do the majority of buying love to do things together. From shopping to working out to eating out. Have you ever noticed also that women like to go to the bathroom in twos? We just love to gather. So when you set up a social context where women can gather and learn and talk and have fun, they will buy from you. Many marketers think that they need to use pink in their marketing to attract women. And I say, no, think link, not pink. Link women together at live and virtual workshops, networking events, and seminars. Show them a good time. And not only will they buy from you, but watch them tell 10 or 20 of their friends. The most successful women-centered companies of all time have capitalized on workshops and events for decades. Mary Kay, Weight Watchers, Avon, Tupperware, the list goes on. These companies all gathered women together for decades to inspire them, to entertain them, to educate them, and make no mistake, to sell to them in a group setting. And they all had totally different products, programs, and services. Skincare, weight loss, makeup, candles, cookware, business services. So regardless of what your product, program, or service is, you can create a way for clients to gather, and you can benefit financially from it. The third and final reasons to lead workshops is that they save you tons of time, energy, and money. Many people choose to offer their gifts one-on-one in their business. There's tons of healers and holistic practitioners, therapists, psychics, body workers, coaches who are truly phenomenal at what they do. But because they only work one-on-one, there's a cap to how many people they can help. There's only so much time and energy in a single week. So again, instead of setting 100 appointments to work one-on-one, why not set one appointment and invite 100 people to come? So your potential to create wealth is really just a factor of the volume of people you get your message out to, times the intimacy that you can create with those people. And when done right, workshops are the sweet spot where both your volume and the intimacy you create with people can be kept high. And the result, you will have a high potential for wealth. So hopefully by now you're sufficiently convinced of the wisdom in leading workshops. So what happens next? Well, next you've got to take 5 actions to move towards your first successful workshop. And that is what this challenge is all about. So your job is to watch your inbox closely. Make sure you join that Facebook group. Watch all of the videos I put out, and more importantly, take the action that I suggest at the end of the video. And you too are going to be able to create wealth through workshops.